Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using this deck, which I don't know the name of it. I've had it a long time. But if you know the name of it, leave it below and I will put it in the description. For the supportive Oracle cards, Chakra, Wisdom Oracle cards, below is Who Made It, Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen, and her last name is there, which I've decided not to butcher today, so we'll see. Maybe in a couple days I'll decide to give it a shot. Let's get this. Sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna do these first for whatever reason. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let's move these out of the way here. What do we have? Despondence. When this situation started, had a bad start. Had a really bad start is what I'm getting. The Magician reverse. This is Sagittarius, right? Yeah, very bad start. This is what actually happened. It's kind of like, was it set up to fail, or was it just? It's a bad start. Like, the Magician reversed is somebody who's manipulative, somebody who uses their ends for the bad means. Like, it can be very selfish, but it can also be to create chaos and to create failure for whatever reason. There's a bad energy that started this off, and I'm getting expansion, rejection, perception. Somebody set this up to fail. I'm still getting that. Like, I feel like you wanted to do other things, but like it's almost like somebody screwed things up purposely just to make them fall. Just so, like, if it fails, then we have to start anew. It's almost like they purposely made it fail, or purposely were setting it up to fail so they could restart it the way they wanted to, and they could use the situation to their advantage. Like, oh, look what we did, and it all fell apart. If you let me make the decisions this time, then it'll go the right way. It's very manipulative. It's a very negative energy that started this off. I don't feel like you liked it. I feel like you saw it right in the beginning, kind of like, I'd like to go a different direction with this, but it wasn't happening. You didn't like this. I'm getting you didn't like this right at the beginning. You really didn't like this. You didn't feel that good about it, but you kind of were stuck with what you were stuck with. It was what it was, and you just kind of had to do what you had to do. The thing is, I think somebody definitely underestimated your energy, because if you were going to move forward and put your effort into it, you weren't putting in your effort just to fail. You were going to give this the best shot you could. So you tried to make it work. When you did, I feel like the energy you were dealing with that was trying to set this up to fail, I'm really getting that. I know that sounds rotten, but it's really what I'm getting. Despondence was on its side, which is kind of like, is it going to fail? Is it not? It's like, it should fail, but it won't. Like, what they wanted, it's basically the reaction to what they wanted. Am I going to get what I wanted, or am I not going to get what I wanted? And they're just kind of like, they're getting a little freaked out, but then they're kind of getting a little hopeful at the same time. They're not really, like, things are starting to stabilize, which is strange. I know it's the star card reversed, but it's like you're not dependent on a wish. You were purposely trying to make it correct. A lot was not going right, but I'm getting like, and you kind of wanted to walk away from some you wanted to walk away from some stuff. I'm going to use a different word there. You wanted to walk away from this. You did. You wanted to walk away from this, and you know what I mean. But you weren't. You weren't, is what that's the really. I don't think you were. I don't see you walking away from it. I feel you wanting to. And I'm getting like there's the star card reverse is usually the loss of hope. And I'm feeling like you wanted to walk away from it, but I don't think you did. We'll keep going. I mean, it's a general read. Let's just keep going. Who was winning here? I feel like you didn't walk away, and you caused this other energy to fail. I do. You caused whoever set this up to fall in. You persevered. Literally, you got the perseverance here. And it's very interesting to me how, if you look at that person, that almost looks like a big orange wing behind them. I don't think it's supposed to be, but that's how it looks. You changed the circumstances. People were watching you, seeing what you were doing, and they were like, well, that doesn't make sense. Let's change this. That doesn't make sense. Let's change that. Passion and dissipating. So what I'm getting here is like, you had some help. People helped you. They saw the passion you had, and they were watching, and they moved the obstacles out of your way, and they reevaluate, reorganize stuff. They like, that doesn't make sense. We're gonna have to get rid of that. Put this in here. Move that there. I don't feel like you were doing that. I feel like people around you were moving things to your benefit so that you could do your job correctly. And they were like, that doesn't make sense. Let's do this. That doesn't make sense. Let's do that. Like, they were watching how you were fighting to make it work out, and people helped you put it in perspective. The situation kept going. It didn't fall in. You wanted to, like, I feel like I got to the point where you were just like, you were ready to throw in the towel. And I know it's the 8 of Cups, but I don't feel like you did. I feel like you got to the point where you're just like, I'm at the door, and I'm so over this. But you persevered. People helped you. That's literally what I'm getting from that. Like, I know what that 8 of Cups usually means, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting like, you almost did. Almost, but not quite. Not quite. Isolation and the 4 of Staves. This is the first thing I'm coming up with in the environment. And the cross card is the Hierophant, or not the Hierophant, the Hermit. That's a cross card for this. People were really starting to question, like, wait a minute, why did it even start this way? Who created this plan? Why were we even doing it that way to begin with? And somebody is like trying to stay out of the line of fire. Somebody who set this up to fail is what I'm getting. It's what it's coming forward as. But it's stabilizing. The 4 of Staves, it's stabilizing, but people aren't really getting the answers they want, but people are looking for those answers and trying to figure out, like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so I feel like what's happening next, impatience is kind of jutting in here. Before this person, whoever set this up the way they set it up, before they can get their just desserts, whatever that means, impatience is popping in, like, we got to move forward. We finally got this going right. We finally got this flying right. Let's do something with it. Let's keep going. Let's not just sit here and look at each other. Let's go. You're cool with that. You're like, that's right. That's why I've been doing this. I didn't come this far to fail. I didn't come this far just to give up. Let's do something with it. 10 of Cups. You're very happy. You're getting the support you need. Judgment for you and the situation is going in your favor. Okay, we're not done, but it gets even better than this, is what's interesting. Instinct is on your side. Instinct is on your side with the Sun card in the environment. This is not going to just pass by without you getting recognition for the one who actually made it work out. But at the same time, I don't feel anybody else being accountable for the missteps, for the misinformation, for the wrongdoing. Literally, the Magician reversed, that's manipulative energy. There's just no other way around it. I'm sorry. It's kind of like the Devil card right side up. It's just not going to be a good time. Sorry. You know what I mean? That whoever that was is not getting called out for it, but you will get accolades for like holding on, pushing through, and just fighting it out. It will happen because the Sun card is here at the end, and instinct is telling me you're continually doing it. And people are realizing, like, when you're involved with something, you don't get involved to fail. That's not like, oh, I'm probably going to fail. Let's go. Like, that's not your attitude. You're like, well, that needs to be done. All right, I'm going to make it happen. Like, you do it because it's going to work out. Like, in your mind, it's going to work out, or it's going to work out, in the sense of, like, if it's not going to work the way it's set up, then I'm going to make it work out by changing things the way they need to be changed so that they do work out. Instinct. There's something else with the instinct here, because I'm getting like this weird feel here, like something's not right. You definitely know something's not right here. the question is, are you going to be able to have the heads up enough to realize who this person was? They're not going to get called out for it. They're not going to actually be even get accountable for it. I don't know how that's working out, but in this situation anyway, for this situation directly, they're not going to be accountable for it. Karma's got its own thing, so don't worry about it. Karma has its own thing. But I'm getting like you kind of have to keep an eye open. Like, you can't really call it out because I feel like it'll double back on you. But you need to be aware of where the problems are and just keep an eye on it for yourself. I don't really see it becoming a problem, but I feel like just in case you have to work with whoever this was, this manipulative energy was, if you have to work with that person in the future, just, keep an eye on that one. That's all. It does work out for you. I feel like that's a big thing. Like, see this for what it is. Just, you can't really call it out. I really don't feel like it's going to work to your favor. But you need to keep it in the back of your memory banks. Like, oh, Skippy's in town. Let's keep an eye on that one. Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius. Okay. Good? Good. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.